Hey guys, what is up? Sorry, I'm a couple minutes late. I have a sick little 1-year-old this week, so he had some trouble getting to sleep today for nap time, and he went to sleep and then he woke up, and I was like, I'm about to go live, and I have a screaming kid, so I got him settled, and here we are. Anyways, I am so excited to be here talking to you guys today about the planner. I have some exciting announcements. I have some exciting things I'm going to share with you, a sneak peek into the planner, and I just can't wait to kind of dive into all of it with you guys. So first things first, I wanted to give you the official, I just got off the phone with the editor this morning. Our very official launch date is going to be Saturday, and I'm so excited. It feels so weird saying that out loud, but we are getting it all uploaded. It's going to be available on Amazon. So the way Amazon publishing works is you actually have to upload it. So we're going to upload it this evening, and it takes up to 72 hours for it to actually be a live product on Amazon once they review it and all of that. So Saturday is our official launch day, and I am so pumped about it. I cannot wait to get this in your guys' hands. Typically, what we would be doing is I would have the physical planner here to show you what it looks like on the inside live like this. But because of it not being fully into Amazon yet and the mail taking forever for me to get the proof, the sample of the planner, I'm going to have to do things a little bit differently with showing you guys. So I'm going to be showing you guys a digital version of the inside of the planner. It's exactly what you're going to get on the planner as soon as you open it up. It's just going to look a little bit different because it's not going to be a live book. It's going to be on my computer screen. So I'm going to flip the camera here in a minute and show you guys a little bit about the inside, but a couple announcements I had. On Saturday, as soon as it goes live, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come here into this group. I'm going to share the link with you guys so you guys can click it, you can share it, you can add it to your Amazon wish list. If you have Amazon Prime, it'll be here real quick be there real quick for you. So I think that's going to be super exciting for you guys. I'll also email it out. So if you gave your email and you opted in for the newsletters for the planner, you said yes on that little checkbox, I'll also email you the link so that you have an email that has the link as well, just in case you're not on Facebook all the time. So that's first thing. So it's going to be listed on Amazon on Saturday. I'm going to post the link here in this group once it is live, and I'll also email it out to anybody who's on the newsletter. So that's step number one. Tomorrow, I'm actually going to be doing a giveaway to all of you guys who are just wanting to share this with others. Once I give you a sneak peek, you'll kind of have a better feel for if this is something that you're excited about. And if you are, I'd be so honored for you guys to share it. So I'm going to be doing a little giveaway tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. I'll post it here in this group with all the rules and how to win. I'm going to show a picture of what I'm going to give you guys. So I'm really excited about the giveaway. But please just continue sharing. You guys have been so gracious with sharing my posts and with talking to people about it and adding people to this group, and I really appreciate that. I really think God is going to use this planner in special ways, and I just can't wait to share that with everybody else. Next thing is, because I have all of you guys who are really excited about it, I wanted to do something a little bit exciting in addition to the planner launching. What I wanted to do was something special for January, something that will help you kind of start to use the planner, start to understand how the planner works. And so in January, anybody who purchases the planner, I'm going to keep in this group, and I'm going to do a live, month-long study of the book of John right alongside you guys. So I'm going to show you exactly what my step-by-step quiet time looks like, how I analyze scripture, how I pray through what I'm reading in my Bible studies. We're going to go through the book of John together for the whole month of January. It's 21 chapters, so it'll be January 1st to January 21st. We're going to start on the 1st. Sorry. We'll start on January 1st. That way it's easy. January 1 through January 21, we'll do a chapter a day. We'll go through it together. I'll share some tips and some tricks. I'll help you guys use the planner to its full capacity over those 21 days, so you really have a good understanding of how to use it, what you're doing, so you don't have to feel lost in any of these things that are in it that are probably new to some of you guys. A couple of you guys asked for little things like my cleaning schedule and kind of my day-to-day checklist things that I do. And so what I'm going to do is create a PDF for some of my most commonly asked questions. So organization tips, cleaning schedule, budgets, those kinds of things. I'm going to put together PDFs over the next couple weeks, and I'll use those as a free resource here in this group. If you purchase the planner, you'll stay in the group. You'll get access to those resources. So I'm really excited to get those things out to you guys. So those are just a couple bonuses that I have for anybody that does purchase a planner. But let's get into the planner. So I'm going to flip my screen around. Hold on one second. And again, I told you guys this is going to be very abnormal. This is not the normal with how I would want to share the planner with you guys. Oh, you know what I forgot? The size of the planner. Sorry. Okay, so the size of the planner, it's going to be a 7x10 planner. It's a quarterly planner, and I didn't mention that. I failed to mention that before. It's a quarterly planner because what I have found for myself is when I have a planner that's like this thick, which is what this one would have been because I've combined so many journals into one. If I were to make it one planner for the whole year, it would be like it's 168 pages. So that times 4, because you need it for every month of the year, would be insane. So it's actually a quarterly planner. So you guys can try it out for the first quarter. If you don't like it, you don't have to buy another one. And if you do, then you can get another one and you can share it with your friends and family. But it is quarterly. And so I'm going to help you guys with goal setting quarterly, those types of things, so that you can really focus one quarter at a time throughout the year. But this is about the size of the planner. So this is a Bible study I have done in the past. And I measured it, and it's actually 7x10, which was really exciting. So this is about the size and thickness of the planner. I don't know if you guys can hold it up to my head. Maybe that'll help. The inside pages are going to be very similar to these. So there's going to be lots of writing space. I have pretty big writing, I like to think. So it'll have some good writing space for you guys. And again, you'll kind of see that once I flip the camera around and show you the inside pages. But it's 168 pages. It's a 7x10. I wanted it to be big enough for big handwriting and for all of the content that I have in it, but also small enough to fit in your purse, to take with you to church, to take with you to Bible study or small groups once those things are kind of happening more after hopefully COVID ends sometime soon. But this is the actual size of it, size and thickness. So I think it's the perfect size. It's not going to be spiral bound. It is hard cover, and it's kind of like a book. I have a book, but it's just a typical like book hardcover. So there's that. That's kind of the outside of it. You guys already know what the cover looks like because that's what the group image photo is. So you guys have a sneak peek into that. The inside of it is going to be, this is the inside. So this is the very first page when you open it up. This is going to be the planner title page, I guess you would say. You can write your name here. And then it has a little introduction with my testimony. You guys have already read a lot of my testimony. I kind of dive into that a little bit so you guys have an idea of my heart behind this planner, basically why I decided to write it, and a little bit about how God has worked in my life and some encouragement for you guys. And then I have a section here where I'm going to break down all of the different sections. I have all of my contact information. So if you guys have questions, you guys are going to be able to contact me on social media, via email, in the groups, that kind of thing. So I want to make sure that I'm available to you guys with any questions you might have so that you have support and you don't feel like you're alone in this journey. So the next 20 pages or so are going to be a breakdown of the planner itself. And so I start out with your weekly pages, which I'll show you the actual weekly pages a little bit further down. But I really go into detail of quiet time and how to have a quiet time and why to have a quiet time. And I give you a step-by-step guideline with how to set yourself up for a quiet time, how to really ask yourself why you're doing it and get a good reason behind the quiet time so that you're more motivated to do it. I talk about timing of it, kind of what I do with it, some tips to waking up early if you struggle with that, creating a plan so that you know what you're reading, that kind of thing. So I go in 4 or 5 pages of detail into how to have a good, solid, quiet time with God. Then I go into memory verses because every week I'm going to challenge you guys to memorize a new verse. And this was something that was really uncomfortable for me in the beginning because I felt like I was not going to be good at it. But it's really been a game changer for me in my walk with God. So this is something that I really felt passionate about adding into the planner to give some accountability and some excitement around memorizing verses. So I go into detail on how that works. I give you some examples of some verses that I really love that I've memorized, and then I go into sermon notes. So there's going to be a section for sermon notes. So I talk a little bit about that. I talk about prayer and writing down prayer requests and how to pray over people regularly and kind of my method for prayer journaling, if that's what you would call it. Then I go into weekly goal reflection. And so then we're going to get into kind of the goals section of the planner. And every week you're going to have those sections here. So you're going to have your quiet time plan, you're going to have your prayer request page, your sermon notes page, and then you're going to turn the page and you'll have a weekly reflection section. And so this is where we're really going to talk about reflecting on the week and how you want God to be centered on your week. You're going to evaluate the week prior and really see where it is that you need God to work in your life. And you're going to write yourself a prayer as you start your week. This would typically be done on a Sunday night, and I kind of break that down here for you guys. But then we're going to get into the weekly goal reflection. So every week I'm going to have you guys really going back to your goals and reevaluating your progress towards the goals that you set for yourself for the year. And I'm going to help you break them down into a weekly goal versus having that one big yearly goal that you have. So a lot of people, what will say is, I'm going to run a marathon, or I'm going to read the Bible in a year, or I'm going to get 2 promotions at work, or whatever it might be. And we take this really large business or personal or faith-based goal that feels so out of reach, and we set it because we're excited when the new year comes, but then we don't have an action plan behind that goal. And so my heart with the goal section was to really help you break that goal down into quarterly sections, or into quarterly goals, and then down into monthly goals, and then even further down into weekly goals with action steps. And so that's what this section is here. I'm going to teach you how to break down that year goal all the way down to actions that you can be taking this week to get yourself closer to achieving that goal. And then every week at the end of the week, you'll do a reflection on that and ask yourself if you moved closer towards that goal, or if there's some ways that you might need to adjust. You can celebrate some wins if you did get closer to the goal, that kind of thing. A little notes section I'll show you guys. That's free space for you, and I'll give you guys some ideas for what you can do there. Budgeting, you could do meal planning, you can do notes for different calls that you have, brain dumping, ideas, that kind of thing, cleaning routine if you want to. And then I get into the morning routine. So this is more of the daily pages. So I'm going to talk about my morning routine and kind of waking up and putting God at the center of my day as soon as my feet hit the ground. I'm going to talk to you guys about gratitude and affirmations, letting go of control so that you can give it to God. You're going to pray over things that you feel like you need to let control over. Again, gratitude, affirmations, and then we're going to have the quiet time and Bible study section on the daily pages. And so these are all things that you're going to do every day. So you're going to have, how am I feeling? Where can I let go of control? Daily gratitude, daily affirmations, and then your quiet time and Bible study. That's going to be on the left-hand side of the book when you open it, or the planner. And then I break down my Bible study method and how I really dive deep into scripture and into what I feel like God is speaking to me, and how I analyze my thoughts. I write down something that I can actually walk away from my quiet time and apply in my life, so that I'm not just reading, but I'm actually diving in and applying what I'm learning, and I'm putting God at the center of all that I'm doing. So I break all of that down here. I talk about prayer and kind of just some of the stigmas that I want to help break with prayer. I know a lot of people feel uncomfortable with that, and so I kind of talk about that a little bit. And then you have the daily section. So what I'm going to have you do on the first pages of the planner is really set up your vision for your life and why you're setting the goals that you're setting for yourself. So I have some questions that you're going to answer. I have a little bit of a breakdown of kind of where my vision came from and what I like to do. And I'm going to help you guys set that vision and those goals for yourself, so that when you go to set your goals for the year, quarter, month, and week, you have a reason for those goals. You have a why behind them, so that you want to show up every day and work towards those goals. And then I'm going to talk about the goals for the week section. So that's going to get broken down in detail here. And we're going to have your daily to-do list. I think that it's really important that we have a daily to-do list. So you'll have a daily to-do list section on your daily pages. You'll have your daily schedule broken down by the hour from 4 a.m. to 10 p.m. So I talk about basically time blocking. So this is the method I use for my own daily schedule. You guys, a lot of you know that I'm a very busy mom and wife and business owner. And so I have found the easiest way for me to track my time and feel like I'm in control of my day is through time blocking. And so I break that down step by step, how I plan out my week, what it all looks like. And then I also give you guys an example of what my daily schedule looks like. I have a daily food log so that you're tracking your food and you're able to kind of recognize areas where if you're struggling with feeling sluggish one morning, you might look at your food log the next day and notice that you ate some foods that really didn't make you feel great. And so you can kind of evaluate how you're feeling based on the food you're eating. This isn't very much of a diet mindset type of food log. This is more just to evaluate what you're eating. Keep track of it because I do think tracking is key. That's the point of the planner. That's the point of a log in general, is to track what you're doing so that you can evaluate the results that you're seeing from those things that you're doing. So I talk a little bit about that and healthy eating and how that plays a vital part in your productivity. I talk about daily exercise and tracking that, moving your body for 20 to 30 minutes a day. I get into that, and then I do an end of day reflection at the end of every day where you're going to sit down at night or in the evening, maybe after dinner, and you're going to really just ask yourself in 4 different areas on a scale of 1 to 10 where you would rate yourself. So you can kind of evaluate where you were, and then you can kind of reassess and get a better plan for tomorrow. So those are all of the breakdown pages for the beginning of the planner. And then I have, like I said, this is the weekly example. So these are the actual daily pages that you're going to get in the planner. And I give you an example of what it looks like for me. So you have week of, and then it would be January 1st to January 7th or whatever the week is that you're doing it for. It is undated so that you can fill in the dates yourself. You can fill in the months yourself, that kind of thing. Quiet time plan. So you're writing out where you're going to be reading in scripture that week so that you have a plan going into it. Your memory verse of the week, because the more that you write it down, the more you're going to be inclined to want to memorize it and to have it at the forefront of your mind. Keep in mind these here are going to look a little bit smaller because this is a smaller image on the screen. So these are a little bit wider, but these are your areas for your sermon notes, your prayer requests. It just looks a little bit smaller on the computer screen because of the zoom that I have in on it. So you're taking your sermon notes, you're asking yourself how you're going to apply it that week. You have your weekly reflection section that I talked about earlier where you're really just setting the tone for the week and asking God to really help you through the week. And then this is the right side of the page when you open the book, and this is going to be your weekly goal reflection area. So I'm going to ask you if you moved closer to your monthly goal. Did you complete your action steps from last week? What were your results? What can you do different from last week to improve? I have you rewrite your goals every week because the more that you repeat them to yourself and write them out, the more they're going to be at the forefront of your mind. So you're going to stay more attentive to the goals that you have for yourself. And then I'm going to have you write down new weekly goals and 3 more action steps each week that you can take towards those weekly goals. So for instance, let's say you have a goal to read the Bible in a year. So the Bible has 16 times 4, I forget exactly how many. I did this for you guys, but that would break down to you needing to read 16 books of the Bible per quarter. So then to break that down further into a monthly goal, you would need to be reading 6 books of the Bible per month, which means that each week you need to be reading 2 books of the Bible. Now, I don't personally recommend reading the Bible that quickly, but this was just a tangible example that I can give you. If it was to run a marathon, you can break it down to how many miles you want to run. If it's to help a certain amount of clients, if you run a business, then you can break it down like that. So this is just an example of how to take those goals that you have and break them down and then make yourself some action steps that you can apply that week towards the goal that you're working towards. This is the notes section. It's a little bit small because I just wanted to really keep it small for you guys because there's so much depth into all of the other things that you're doing. So you have your notes section here, and then these are the daily pages. So this is kind of your morning routine section where you're waking up, you're asking yourself how you're feeling, you're giving control over to God, you're doing your gratitude, your affirmations, you're writing out your memory verse again, kind of going over that. You're going over your quiet time method here. So I break this method down more in detail in the planner. And then your daily pages are going to be over here. And so this is my example again. So this is where you're going to write down your why, your vision for your life, goals that you're working towards this week, and then you're going to write down your to-do list. And I talk about starring the top 3 items on your to-do list and kind of scheduling things into your day. So you take your to-do list and then I teach you how to start plugging those things into the different time blocks. So you can see here I have work, family time, work, because my day is kind of split between the 2 things. And so I teach you guys how to do that. And yours might look a little bit different, but I fit in house chores and when I'm going to work out and what I'm doing with the kids and when I need to make certain phone calls and what business activities I'm going to be doing while I'm working, and those kinds of things. So I break it all down in depth for you guys to see a typical day. And then you have your daily food log. I gave you guys a quick little example. Your workout log section, kind of just asking yourself what workout you did, if you completed it, and then did you give it your best effort? And then here is your end of day reflection questions. And then you have your monthly spread. It looks a little funny here because it's obviously not printed, but you have a monthly calendar at the beginning of each month. So these are, the weeks are going to be Monday through Friday. I didn't include a Saturday and a Sunday because I do think that those days are primarily for rest. And I personally don't use my planner as much on the weekends. So I figured a 5-day week was going to be key to ensure that we weren't overwhelming ourselves and we were kind of taking it slow. So it's a 5-day-a-week planner. And each month you'll have a monthly calendar spread, and then you'll have each week a weekly layout spread, and then you'll have 5 days worth of content. So that is the gist of the planner. If you guys have any questions or concerns or feedback, I would love to hear from you guys. I really think this is going to be a planner that is going to open people's eyes and arms and hearts to Jesus and put him at the center of everything that they're doing, so that he has the glory brought to him in all that we're doing. And that's the heart behind this planner. That's what I'm hoping that you guys will get to experience through this. I've taken all of the resources and all of the tips and all of the tools that I've learned over the last 5 years in my walk with God, and I've put it into this planner, and I've broken it all down for you guys so that you can build your very own relationship with him the same way that I have. So I'm open for questions, comments, and concerns. Just drop them below, and I'm happy to answer them. And then stay tuned tomorrow for the giveaway. And Saturday, it'll be live on Amazon, so I'll send you guys the link as soon as I have it. But thank you guys for being here. Keep sharing the word, keep spreading the word with other people so that we can get the word out. And the right people can get their hands on this planner if they feel that it's something they need. So I'm praying for you guys this week. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I thank you so much for being here. And I hope you know how grateful I am for the opportunity to get to present this to you guys. So have a good day.